Hey guys, Nick here. I just want to do a quick editorial about my thoughts on the Laurel Lance Black Canary suit, which was just released by the CW and Arrow today. Overall, I think it looks alright. I'm going to delve into what I think about the suit itself and what I think about what this means for the Laurel character. Um, the suit overall, I like it a lot. It's definitely different than the Sarah Lance version of the suit, which I actually liked a lot because it looked a lot like the comic book version with like the fishnet style it had to it. And this one I've noticed is a lot more practical and the appearance of it. And I do kind of like that she's kind of using like her own weapons, not necessarily like Sarah's bow staff, which I liked a lot personally. I mean, of course, with Sarah being dead, like Laurel, we all assumed Laurel was going to pick up the mantle of Black Canary at some point. And I I don't know why they're giving her the wig when she has blonde hair already. I mean, like, okay, with Sarah, I mean, it was forgivable after a little bit. But now with Laurel, it's like, you don't need a wig. You're blonde already. Like, what's with the wig? You don't need the wig. But delving into the suit itself, again, very practical. I like the look of it. It's all very solid, all black. I like the overall look of it. The domino mask looks pretty cool. I noticed it detail-wise, it's definitely different than Sarah's. Just a little bit though, and I like that they're using the domino mask and she's not going like just without a mask. 'Cause in the comics, there are times when look Black Canary has a mask and Black Canary doesn't have a mask. I mean, overall in the comics she doesn't wear a mask, but in the context of the show and the universe that this is in, it makes more sense for Laurel to be wearing a mask. The wig, I don't even know. I definitely am wanting to see, like Detective Lance, like her father's reaction to if and when she becomes the Canary or Black Canary, whatever she wants to call herself. I hope they call her Black Canary. I'm kind of dumb. I wish like they would add the color to the name. I mean, with Arrow, it kind of makes sense. It's like okay, like they kind of explained why he wants to be called Arrow, but with Canary, it's like okay, like okay. I'm going off a bit of a rant here. I hate that they're just calling them with Green Arrow and Arrow. Okay, that makes sense to me. With Canary, call her Black Canary. Why can't you just do that? I mean, okay, I understand that like Sarah's name in the League of Assassins like translated to the Canary. That makes sense, kind of. But to me, if they insist on taking the colors out of the name and then like if they just call her Canary again, I'm going to be pissed off, to be honest with you guys, because I really am. It bugs me so much that they can't just go by the comic book name. And another thing that bothers me, is the fact that Laurel is not Dinah Laurel Lance. I mean, I kind of understand it's like her mom and her have the same name, so it makes more sense for her to be called Laurel. But still, at the same time, like that's another thing that bugs me. That's kind of bugged me since the show started, because we're associating ourselves with this character who's been very hit or miss to a lot of us. At least from what I've noticed, and she's been very hit or miss for me, especially in the last year. And to me, what this suit and this reveal means is that they're rushing the Black Canary storyline with Laurel. I loved Sarah as the Black Canary, and I kind of wish she stuck around a little bit longer. I mean, I understand why they had to kill her off, but I really wish they waited another season, at least another season, before they made Laurel become the Canary. And it was revealed today that she's supposed to become the Black Canary or suit up in episode 10 of this season, which is a little ways down the line, but still, it's like, Laurel can barely fight. Like, she just got her ass kicked a couple of episodes ago. Like, oh my god, it bugs me so much. It's like, okay, she was just a druggie and a drunk, but like less than a year ago, and she had very minimal fighting skills, and now all of a sudden she's training with Wildcat or Ted Grant, which I love, by the way. I kind of predicted that from the beginning. I wish they would wait longer because of Sarah. They explain how she learned her fighting skills when she was with the League and all that. Oliver, they explain his fighting skills with the stuff on the island. Roy and Thea just got their effing abilities and all their training within 5 months, and then Roy was it bothers me how the fact that they skim over the training as if anyone can like become like a superhero, like a butt kicking superhero within months. No, that's not how that shit works. Excuse my language a little bit for anyone who's watching. But that bothers the hell out of me. And I really, really, really hope they know what they're doing with the Laurel character, because I it bothers me what they've done with, they just glanced over, completely ignored the fact that like no one can become a superhero, and the fact that the amount of training that it would take for Roy and Thea to become like that, unless they trained every minute of every day for those 5 months, is very unrealistic. And it bugs me that they just skimmed over it as if there was nothing. It's like, oh well, now they're all super ninjas. Like, no, that's not how it should work. Sorry. Sorry, I got a little angry, but that's just something that really bothers me. I mean, overall, like, I like the look of the suit, and I've been looking forward to Laurel becoming the Canary, but it's not the right time, and that's been my issue since day one, is that obviously it's not the right time. Second season, I knew it was not the right time, especially with the introduction of Sarah. That was definitely not the right time, and because Sarah just died, if the whole season was about Laurel, figuring out like what she wants to do and how like she wants to like honor Sarah's memory, and by like the whole season training to become that person, that would make more sense than just a few months later she's gonna try to be a superhero. That's not gonna work. And to me, okay, if they play the cards right, and I trust the writers of Arrow know what they're doing, but I'm also very cautious because it bothers me how they've treated the Thea character, and how for a long time they didn't know what they were doing with her either, and then all of a sudden, she's Malcolm Merlin's daughter, and then she went off the train with her, and he came back, and they then don't know how to handle that character. Last season, it felt like they didn't know how to handle Laurel's character. She's gotten slightly better, but so far this season, she's been very, very hit or miss. And I just really hope that they are giving us the Canary we deserve, because if they screw this up, then if they screw up, I'm giving them a chance. I'm going to give them the rest of the season, and once Laurel becomes Black Canary, or Canary, whatever the hell they want to call her, if it sucks, I might just stop watching the show. I'm sorry. That's going to be my final straw. If they screw Black Canary up, and because Black Canary is a very important character to me, especially within the Green Arrow mythos, she's such an important character. If they screw this up, I'm going to be pissed. I mean, they did a great job with Sarah. I love this again. I love the Sarah character. I love her version of the Black Canary, and I hope to God they knock Canary out of the park with Laurel. But I'm scared. I'm scared because up until this point, they haven't shown a whole lot of confidence with how they write the Laurel character. I mean, with like main characters aside, they've been very hit or miss with a lot of their side characters. Besides, like Moira, she was a main character, but she wasn't like the main character. She wasn't part of like Arrow's like team. So of course she didn't get as much screen time, at least in my opinion. But she was still written very well. But with Thea and Laurel have not been treated the way Moira was, and the way the main stars are written. I mean, Felicity's written great. Oliver's written great for the most part. Diggle, even though he's not always there a whole lot, he gets a lot of good good amount of lines and good dialogue. Laurel has just been a mess. It's not even as a character, it's the way they've written her. It's everything about it. I'm trying to be optimistic about this, but it's been very hard given what they've given us. Thinking about what they've given us so far from the show and how they've treated the Laurel character, I'm very worried. So those are my thoughts on Laurel becoming Black Canary. Again, the suit itself looks great, but I'm very, 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 very cautious going into how they're going to handle Laurel as a Black Canary moving forward. All right, guys, that'll be it from me. You'll be hearing from me a little later when I do my episode reviews of last week's and tonight's episode of The Flash. I mean, of Arrow, sorry. Wrong reviews. All right, guys, that'll be it from me. Have a good one.